with an update on the TV rights deal for Monday Night Raw and more. This is Wrestling Hub. My name is John, and you're watching the Wrestling Report. Before we get into the rest of the video, make sure you subscribe to Wrestling Hub and turn on all notifications to stay up to date with everything in the world of pro wrestling. Also, don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Wrestling Hub Official and follow us on Twitter at Wrestling_Hub. When it comes to reports of WWE having been interested in bringing back a former star to their company, Saray, Dave Meltzer said on Wrestling Observer Radio, the stuff about her in WWE pretty overblown. From talking to people in WWE, they were not really talking about her. During an interview on Insight, Jonathan Coachman revealed why he will never go back to WWE. As he said, "I think back now, I'm kind of in that reflective point of my life because I know for a fact that my wrestling career is over. There is nothing that can make me go back and do that, so now you get into a reflective state." Yeah, but that's usually people whose lives are wrestling, you know what I mean? That's not what they inspire to be. That's not who I aspire to be. I got lucky. And then there are things that have happened over the past 5 years that make me not want to go back. I was 100% loyal to that company and to Vince, so when things happen, sometimes you've got to draw the line in the sand and say, I can't be treated that way and still go back and be loyal to the company. It's not like they need me anyway. They're not crying over spilt milk, but I like to think I treat people a certain way and I want to be treated that way, so yeah, I would never go back. So I reflect now, and when I think about the cool things that people have done for me when I was in the WWE, whether it's fans, wrestlers, whatever, that might still be the coolest thing. Speaking of Metro, LA Knight said this about his current position in WWE. "As long as I've been doing this, I'm always looking over my shoulder that like at some point somebody's going to try and come and take this all away from me and I've got to defend it at any point, and I mean that in the realest way possible. Like, I'd like to enjoy this, but it's tough to, and I know that sounds like some Freudian put me on the couch thing, but legit, I'm always over my shoulder making sure that okay, who's behind me, what's going on, because I'm going to make sure this thing keeps moving forward. Because anytime anybody comes knocking on my door, I gotta handle that." Noting that Ricochet messed up the finish in the fatal 4-way match on Raw involving Bronson Reed, The Miz, and Ivar, Brian Alvarez revealed on Wrestling Observer Radio, if you watch the match, this was not the planned finish. Like, everyone in the ring is confused. They're all looking around like, what the hell is going on here? The referee is trying to stop The Miz from celebrating and trying to stop the ring announcer for announcing The Miz as the winner. So, I am 99% positive that Ricochet was supposed to be pinned, but he kicked out because he was messed up. Everyone is confused, and the referee makes a deal, and it ends up with Ivar laying out The Miz afterward and destroying him with a giant moonsault and leaving him for dead. The crowd chants, "You suck." Ricochet was let off, and he is in the concussion protocol. As Seth Rollins, Cody Rhodes, Sami Zayn, and Jey Uso will take on the Judgment Day at Survivor Series in a War Games match, Rhodes would plead to Rollins after Raw went off the air. Here's the clip.
Sam is my partner at the War Games, and then also right here, my partner at the War Games, the same man who next week we are going to win the Undisputed Tag Team Championship. And I know you don't like me. And I don't even know if I like you. But Seth, Everyone, myself included, just saw that match. You are absolutely, unequivocally, 100% the man who runs Raw, the World Heavyweight Champion, Seth. It's not just me, it's Sammy, it's Jay, at the War Games. We need you. Let's put in the bad blood aside. And let's work together, man. Now we got one thing left to say.
On social media, R-Truth, who has been out of action since suffering a back injury in November of last year, was asked if he would be coming back to WWE, to which he simply replied yes. For the latest on a potential signing of a wrestler that is with Stardom, Dave Meltzer said on Wrestling Observer Radio. So this is the Julia story. She's under contract until March, so up until March, nothing's happening. Mike Johnson was correct in reporting that there's interest, but there's been interest in her since 2019. It is a story now because there's more interest in her now, but she's not going anywhere until March. The part about her going to the Performance Center, I've had people deny that. We'll find out, but I was told that her schedule is booked for the rest of the year. She is coming to the United States in January for the show in San Jose, but she's under contract, and unless Bushiroad gives the okay, and I don't know why they would, she wouldn't really be allowed to do a WWE tryout right now. I asked at WWE, and they also told me the same thing. They told me that was not happening, but they're very interested in her. Nothing's a given that she's going. She ain't going anywhere until March, and she does have a verbal commitment afterwards, but it's only a verbal commitment, and that's for Japan, so we'll have to see. The idea that like, oh my god, she's going to WWE, it's so premature to say that, but could it happen in March? Absolutely, it could happen in March, yes. Giving an update on Mercedes Mone, who has been healing from surgery following an ankle injury. NJPW Strong Booker Rocky Romero told Wrestle Purist, "I honestly don't have any update right now on Mercedes Mone. I hope that I'll be talking to her agent and her maybe soonish, but I honestly don't have any update yet about anything. The last thing I had heard was that she was recovering well and basically they were going to let me know, reach out when she was getting close to a comeback, so yeah." As SmackDown is set to be brought from Fox to the USA Network, the TV rights for Raw and NXT are set to expire next year, with Dave Meltzer saying this regarding the situation on Wrestling Observer Radio. They're doing their earnings report tomorrow, by the way, and it should be noted that as far as the rumors of Raw, it looks the rumor mill right now has either FX, Warner Bros. Discovery, which would be a very crazy situation, but I think it's a long shot too, and USA. But the analysts believe that they're going to get a 42% increase, which may not drop the stock because it's down lower than it probably should be, but it won't help them, but they will be more profitable. The UFC and WWE earnings report will be out tomorrow. And this was your pro wrestling news update. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all later.